Now I'm going to talk about some of the background hacks that we have. We have parallax overlays, and we have some blurred parallax background images. Basically, some hacks that work with parallax. So I have a test page here with a gradient overlay on top of the background image. And you can see that if I jump into the background here. This is my overlay, and here is the background image. And I've set it to place the gradient above the background image, which is great. Now, I want the background image to actually be parallaxed. So I'm gonna switch that on, but when I do, the background gradient goes away, and I miss that. I don't have that option anymore. So to enable the background gradient overlay once again, we go to the classes, and I already have another class in here, but we can just add another one on. And so I'm going to do gradient overlay, and that immediately already places the gradient overlay on top of the background image. The only thing that we need to do now is we need to modify both the gradient and the background color. So that's why the background image is not showing up. So if we add a background color, we basically just want to make this completely opaque, all the way back down to 0. There we go. And now we have an overlay on top of our parallaxed image. There's also a few other gradient overlay options. We have gradient overlay rotate 90, gradient overlay rotate 180, and gradient overlay rotate 270. These hacks give you more customization and allows you to create some pretty cool designs using the background gradients. And finally, the other hack we have are blurred background images in parallax mode. So there's a few different classes we can use: blur 1, blur 2, blur 3, blur 4, blur 5, and blur 6. Basically, the bigger the number, the larger the blur. So basically, all we need to do, we have our background image, and it's in parallax mode. So all we need to do is go to the Advanced tab, and we're just going to add one of those blur classes in. And as you can see, blur 1 adds just a really minimal blur. Blur 2 adds a little bit more. 3 even more. 4 crazy. 5 you pretty much can't even tell. And 6 the same thing.